Hey gang, this is Vicky Kelly with the Golden Rule Trades. I just wanted to show you what setups there were today. It's always easier to see these after the day is over. So that's why we always say that these results are not necessarily indicative of everything you would have been able to capture. I was not able to trade today. I had an appointment. And so I will show you what it did, and it looked like a great day to be able to trade. So remember, we take our setups from 9:30 to 11:30. 11:30 is when we stop looking for setups. And we had one fire off right out of the gate here. And the market opened right after this candle here. So you would have been able to take it here and been able to make this here. Remember, normally we use a 5 point stop, but now with 1 micro or two, depending on if you're using trader funding, um, or 1 mini, I'm sorry. And now today, with all this volatility, I'm doing 5 micros with a 10 point stop. That seems to be working right now. When the energy lines get closer together, we'll go back to our normal pattern, but this seems to be working well enough for us now. So you were able to capture this move here, and that would have been about 14 points. Again, I usually put dollars, but at this point, depending if you're doing micros or minis or whatever, I'll just put how many points it is. And then we did have another setup. I want to show you this one because really probably what this was just a big pullback and then headed on down. It did go above our zero line, so it did set up a new pattern. But there was one more pattern that we could have tried, but would probably have gotten stopped out on. And that was this. As you can see here, that is a new low of the day. And had we drawn our lines? Now, let me show you where the lines were. Okay. That's where the lines were. This was a 6, 7 point. Um, and the pullback here was actually where the line was. Remember, we said that it loves to come and pull back. Sometimes that gives you a good little indication of where that energy line is. Because look, we hit it here. We hit it here and here and here and here. So again, good indication it was a true line. Whether or not we would have seen it live is really quite the question. But even here, we could have captured this to here. And that was, what, about 14 points? However, when I journaled this, I chalked it up as a 10 point loss for myself because I may or may not have seen that as the energy line. I might have gone up something like this and then gotten stopped out. So I try to undervalue what I would have done instead of overvalue it. And so I put that as a 10 point stop. Again, probably at least would have gotten half of my contracts off. Maybe would have seen this as the energy line and therefore got out quickly. But since I wasn't trading today, I can't answer that question. And so, again, I don't want to overvalue. That's the nice way to end up with a system that'll not be profitable for you, but you think is. Okay. So on our third setup, as you can see, we had this consolidation and then obviously breakthrough energy here, and it did a return move as well. And then we would have had our confirmation with these two here. And so we would have entered here. Now I want you to notice that again, because the energy lines were, these are 13 point energy lines. This here would have been about 320, and therefore we would have gotten stopped out here and then re-entered. You can re-enter here and captured this. So that totaled, again, we would have gotten -10 here. And then we would have gotten +25 on this one. Okay, you had to stick with it. I know the emotions will make or break you on this. But then it rewarded us for our discipline by giving us a beautiful setup before 11:30. Oops, there we go. And here we have our confirmation. And it was able to reach to our target area here. Would have entered approximately here. And that totaled ended up being 34 points. And again, rewarded us for sticking with it and being disciplined. Again, unfortunately, I was not able to trade today, but now that things are coming back to be more pattern oriented and tradable, I'm sure we'll be able to see more good days to be able to trade. So if you're keeping score, that was a +14. I'm going to chalk mine up to a -10. You may or may not have, your mileage may vary. And then a -10 on the next one, and then +25 and +35. Again, you had to use a 10-point stop to be able to realize this. So you don't use the regular 5-point stop, or you will have a lot more stop outs than that. Okay, I'm excited that we have our course finished, and I just finished today securing the final piece that I needed to be able to offer everybody so that you can use exactly what I have here to be able to trade. And now that that is on its way, we are headed to being able to launch our course and our webinar, and we look to do that in the next couple weeks. So please keep an eye out for that. And stay safe out there and good luck trading. And for those of you who celebrate, happy Easter.